Jungkook was lying on his mattress which was placed on the floor. He was thinking about the deal. About the Kim mansion. About the dream life which Taehyung is living right now. The garden with different flowers. The warmth of every Kim member. And lastly Kim Taehyung, his beautiful eyes, his warmth and nature. He shouldn't think about him. He should be focused, but all he can do is sit here thinking about only one man who is forbidden to him. If your heart is wanting something, then don't stop it, Koo. Soren whispers to Jungkook as if she doesn't want to wake Ma and Eunha. She twirls around Jungkook then sit on his pillow. The heart wants many things, Sue. But not everything is written in our fate. Jungkook said with a sigh while Soren just smiled a little. Time settled everything with trying, Koo. You have to try. Without hard work nothing can be achieved. Not everything written by God. Sometimes you have to write your own fate. Soren tried to make Jungkook understand, but Jungkook seems determined to his thoughts. That's why I am trying, Sue. I will try harder, Jungkook said and turned around. He closed his eyes trying to sleep for now. Jungkook slept trying not to think much. But all he could think about was someone. Someone's with jade green eyes and blue hair. Meanwhile Taehyung was rolling on his bed with a huge smile plastered on his face. He is happy that he is going to the university dorm tomorrow. He is finally going to be with Jungkook. At least beside him during class time. Why am I feeling so happy? But let it be. I will meet my bunny. This waiting is killing me, Bun. When will we meet each other? Taehyung sighs while hugging his side pillow. Time skip. The quiet Murim University again filled with chit-chat. Students who became friends in this short time were hugging their friends, crying and laughing at the same time. Jungkook entered inside his dorm room only to get squeezed badly by someone. By the perfume he knows this is the most dramatic man on Xylos. The one and only Park Jimin. Hung, you okay? Why are you crying so much? Jungkook asked the crying man. Jungkook can feel the wetness on his shoulder and he is sure Jimin is crying. Worry flashes over his face. He is worried why Jimin is crying. He loves his dorm mate already. Jimin was sobbing in his arms. He always has been emotional. His sobs calmed down a little, feeling Jungkook's soft hand caressing his back with tenderness. He hiccups and picks his head from Jungkook's shoulder. I really miss you, Kookie. You know I tried to call you and hung, but I was so engulfed with my parents that I could only leave a message there. But I missed you guys a lot. Jimin whispers to Jungkook, who feels like crying himself. In his life he never met anyone kind other than his ma, Eunha and cafe owner. And getting friends in this university is a faraway dream for him. Stop crying like this, Hung. I also missed you so much. You know there is really something interesting. But let Hung come first. Jungkook said and Jimin nodded his head. Jungkook kept his bag in his cupboard and freshened up. Why isn't Hung coming? Jimin asked Jungkook while swinging his legs. He keeps glancing over the door and over to the bunny boy who is also sitting on his bed. Keep looking outside. Maybe he thought of someone while glancing on the vast field. Just the moment they were busy with themselves, a loud bang sound took their attention. Both look at the sight only to witness a teary-eyed Seokjin who enters like an action movie hero. Both Jimin and Jungkook stood up ready to walk over and hug the male. But the teary-eyed boy ran fastly and in a second hugged the large mirror in their room. Both Jungkook and Jimin stand at their feet frozen with widened eyes. You know how I missed you, my love. No mirror can give me the XWH worthy face, the best view you can give. You don't know how much I missed you. My love for you is too pure, my heart. Seokjin kissed the mirror dramatically. Apparently his reflection. He turned his face to the widened-eyed boys and smiled. How are you both? I missed you both a lot. We can see how much you missed us. Jimin said while sneering while Seokjin glared at him. You really missed this mirror more than us? Jungkook asked equally dramatically while Seokjin just sighs. Yeah, this face is one of magical wonders. And with this sacred magical place it looks more beautiful. Actually this mirror can give the best view. I will steal it while going from here. Seokjin said, giving a flying kiss to the mirror while both Jungkook and Jimin just sigh at his drama. Let's sleep, Kookie. Let him admire the love of his life. Hung, you should marry this mirror. Jimin said and glared at Seokjin disdainfully while Seokjin looked at him as if murdering with eyes was possible. Your little mouth can talk a lot, isn't it, Chim? Seokjin asked, raising one eyebrow while Jimin stick out his tongue. My height is short, not my mouth. Jimin flipped his imaginary hair, making Seokjin leave a low growl. The scenery kept going and Jungkook, being an audience member, kept enjoying the scene. Meanwhile in the other room. Leave me, you idiot. Why are you hugging me? Stop touching me like this. Yoongi shouted at the boy who was practically in his body. Annoyance flickered on his face, but there was a hint of tenderness. Taehyung was hugging him while wrapping his legs in Taehyung's torso, and hand wrapped in his neck. Yoongi's face looked disgusted by Taehyung's clinginess, but there was also softness. I missed you, grumpy cat. You should hug me and cry saying, I miss you. But what are you doing here? Pushing this innocent baby away. Taehyung pouted at Yoongi's tantrums but did free him. You are heavy, pig. Leave me right now. Gosh, what baby I get here for babysitting. Save me from him. Yoongi sighs dramatically while Taehyung gives him a devilish smile. You really came all the way here just to strangle me with your love. What's wrong with you, Prince of Drama? It feels like you aren't here to study but to make my life miserable. Taehyung grinned happily and let go of the hug. He jumped from Yoongi and landed on the floor. Yoongi dusted his clothes while glaring at Taehyung's mischievous facial expressions. Come on hun, I am too happy. You know my jewel came to my house. We spent the whole day together. Although he was not fully opened up, he came because I lied. You should be proud of your little brother. Taehyung smiles widely. If one smile of getting the whole world's satisfaction can be shown, then now it's lingering on Taehyung's lips. Ah, so that's what this madness is about. Your jewel came to your house. Good, good, but I hope this doesn't end with you crying in like a lost puppy. Yoongi rolled his eyes after completing his words. Taehyung glared at Yoongi, who gave him a sheepish smile. He goes to his bed and flips on the bed. Yoongi looks at him like he wants to beat him to his heart's content. Excuse me, grumpy cat. This is true love, not your cold, emotionless kind of thing. My Jungkookie, my jewel is the true definition of real love. My baby, Taehyung said with dreamy eyes and a pure smile. Yoongi folded his hand in his chest, looking utterly unimpressed by all those. True love, you met the boy a week ago, Taehyung. You don't even know his shoe size. Leave shoe size. You don't even know his favorite food. Yoongi said while taking his seat on the bed. Taehyung looked at Yoongi while lying on his stomach. He tries harder to look offended, but his face is bright red. He couldn't stop his blush at this point. Who cares about shoe size or favorite food? I know how he smiles when he's shy, how he looks down when he's nervous, and how he talks to his sister like she's his whole world. How his spirit never backs off. How he works hard for everything. That's enough for me. My jewel deserves the whole world and I will surely give him the world. Taehyung said with his bright red face. Yoongi sighs knowing this brat wouldn't listen to anyone. Nor does he care about him. But the question is, did he really not care about the annoying boy? You're hopeless. And you're glowing like an idiot. Actually you are an idiot. Yoongi said while Taehyung smirked at him. He doesn't care about those comments when he himself loves to disturb Yoongi a lot. It is his favorite job. I take that as a compliment, hung. You should try smiling too. It might not kill you. Look at my face watching my innocent and lovely smile. You will smile automatically. Taehyung blew air in his nails while smirking at Yoongi. Yoongi just laid on the bed planning to sleep for a long time. Tomorrow the hell routine is going to start snatching his love of life cruelly. But thanks to Murim University's authority, someone is here to ruin his peace. Taehyung jumped on the bed while giggling loudly. Yoongi's mouth left a low growl, feeling the presence beside him. Get out of my bed before I throw you out myself. Yoongi sneered loudly, knowing it won't do anything to the younger. He won't even acknowledge the sentence even though he tried. What if a miracle happened and Taehyung would listen to him? You love me a lot, hung. Taehyung grinned widely while Yoongi pushed his face away from the annoying boy. Not in this lifetime, Yoongi scoffed at Taehyung's dramatic words. Fine, but you'll cry when I get married first. I am thinking about proposing my jewel. Taehyung said dreamily when Yoongi had a cushion as Taehyung ran out of his bed laughing loudly. Meanwhile, in another dorm room, Namjin enters the dorm and sees Hoseok is sitting on the bed using his phone. More than using, he is watching a dance video commenting on the flaws he is witnessing. Namjin held the doorknob while panting a bit, but to his luck, or you can say bad luck, the doorknob broke in a second. By the sound, Hoseok looked at the direction and kept his gaze on the door. You broke the doorknob. Good good, Hoseok said nonchalantly while coming towards his friend. Namjin sighed, looking at the broken piece in his hand with a helpless expression. He was crying internally for his clumsiness. I swear I didn't even twist it that hard. These dorm doors are made of paper, I'm telling you. I shouldn't have touched it. Namjin cursed himself in his mind. He looks at his friend who was crossing his arms, trying hard not to laugh. Paper or not, you're literally the only person who can break something just by touching it. Congratulations, genius. Mr. Perfect is perfection, breaking everything. Hoseok laughed loudly while taking Namjoon's bag from his hand. Namjoon seems offended, but that was changed in a second when Hoseok kicked his legs. Hey, why are you even trying to be offended, stupid? Hoseok asked while flipping the bag in bed. Namjoon wanted to jump on the bed, but all he did was sit politely. He can't take the risk of breaking the bed. Star operator. The dinner hall is looking normal. Filled with chit-chatting sound and delicious aroma of different cuisine. The trio usually sit at their fixed spot. Taehyung and Jia walk to them and sit on the same table. Namjoon also walks inside the dining hall. He was talking to Hoseok and bumped into Yoongi, who was going to take medicine for his headache. Hey bro, why so hurry? Hoseok asked Yoongi, who looked at him with his famous indifference expression. Nothing, Yoongi said, but Hoseok seemed to guess something. He forwarded his hand to Yoongi and stopped him. If you have a headache, then please meds with me. Come and have dinner, then you can take a painkiller. Hoseok said to Yoongi, who didn't say anything, just nodded his head. They scanned the whole place only to witness three sit vacant on the table. Yoongi sighs looking at Taehyung present at the table. That's it, his peaceful dinner is broken. But without having any choice, he had to go there. They sit on the chair. Yoongi is at last far from Taehyung and close to Jimin. But for the first time all 7 people are sitting at the same table. There is full awkwardness at the table. Hoseok is looking at Jia with hard eyes while she is fidgeting with her fingers. Jimin is glaring at Yoongi, who is busy taking glances over the pretty angelic face. Namjoon is already drowned in Seokjin's beauty, who is looking at him with not so much interest. And about the lover boy Taehyung, then his whole attention is on his jewel. While Jungkook kept his gaze lower with a bright face. Alright, since we're all awkwardly staring at our food, let's at least introduce ourselves properly. I'll start. Jia Lee, Taehyung's cousin, which is both a blessing and a curse. Jia said with a smile. The presence of other boys is really comforting. He feels calm and comfortable around their presence. But she didn't let go the chance of taunting Taehyung. It will be a sin to not do that. Excuse me, being related to me is the highest honor in this realm. Such a handsome and talented man who is related to you is a blessing. Taehyung said with such a pride that made Yoongi scoff at him. Yeah, an honor and blessings that comes with a lifetime of headaches. Yoongi mutters under his breath without even looking up from his plate. Taehyung just glared at him with a pout on his face. Okay, I'll go next before he starts crying. I'm Park Jimin. I like dancing, shiny things, and annoying my best friends Jungkook and Seokjin. Jimin said with a smile on his lips. Yoongi looked up from his plate only to feel the earlier irritation drifting away. The headache faded away with a smile of Jimin's. But that only lasted for a few seconds as his eyes gave up and blinked without his permission. Jungkook looked at Jimin with emotional eyes. Best friend is a foreign concept for his poor heart. Jimin is claiming such a huge part of him, making him emotional. Without a single friend for over a decade, finally found someone who claimed him as his best friend. This might be anything low-key for anyone, but for Jungkook it's something too precious. This university is breaking his shield, which he crafted with pain. Why you don't annoy me, Hung? You are just playful sometimes. Jungkook smiled at Jimin. That was the usual smile of Jungkook. Tiny one, but this time it's reached his eyes. See, that's what real friendship sounds like, people. Jimin said, flipping his hair dramatically while Seokjin smacked his head softly. Jimin whines after getting the smack. You are annoying, brat. Now stop talking and eat. Seokjin said while Jimin widened his eyes, being offended. Meanwhile Seokjin unfazed just cut the steak into half. He cut the half one more time but ate the other half, which he didn't cut. Namjoon chuckles after witnessing the way Seokjin is eating. The pout in his lips while chewing the food. The trance was broken by Hoseok, who was smiling. I'm Jung Hoseok, future light of this world, dancer, and chaos bringer. I like smiles, and I hate gloomy faces, especially this man. Hoseok completed his sentence while pointing his finger at Yoongi, who glanced at him. Then don't sit near me. Yoongi sneered while Hoseok and Taehyung both sigh at this man who takes fictional roles too seriously. I'm Kim Namjoon, the one who'll probably fix whatever mess you all cause in classes. I have ideas to solve any problem. Just not my clumsy self. Namjoon said with a smile. He is generally sweet, and in front of Seokjin he tried to be more sweet. Namjoon looks at Jungkook along with Hoseok. They witnessed him in class being all shy. Talk really less and keep his gaze on the book when everyone is talking and laughing. But they don't know about him. Nor his name also. Although they heard it in class introduction, but still without any contact the name slipped from his mind. Taehyung also looks at Jungkook, who is looking at his surroundings with doe eyes. Taehyung couldn't help himself but cooed at those starry gaze. He knows Jungkook is kinda nervous as he rarely likes to interact. He didn't think before supporting Jungkook's introverted nature. Go on, Jungkook. Introduce yourself, Taehyung said with an innocent smile while Jimin looked at him with a wide smirk. I'm Jeon Jungkook. I like reading and helping people, Jungkook said with a shy smile. Taehyung cooed at his baby, who looked like shining in this cold room, when in reality the place is all chaos. While he drowned in the xylos as eternal beautiful person, Jungkook seems oblivious to the fact. Jungkook bowed his head slightly after introducing himself. His fingers fidget with the hem of his sleeve. Lower lip bitten slightly. Taehyung is sitting composed, but inside his heart is melting by each action of his jewel. His lips twisted into a satisfactory smile watching Jungkook eating the steak Taehyung placed on his plate. Jungkook didn't notice Taehyung's wide smile, shy glances and warmness. But Taehyung's heart smiles looking at the way Jungkook is looking. If only Taehyung can, he would prefer him with kisses. Take him in his arms and hide him completely. If only Jungkook gives permission to Taehyung, then he can do anything just to witness a slight curve of him. Stop staring, idiot. You'll melt him with your laser eyes. Jia pinched Taehyung while glaring. She is annoyed at Taehyung. Like, how can he manage to stare at Jungkook all the time? And fear always eats her alive. What if Jungkook is uncomfortable? What if Jungkook is getting irritated by Taehyung? What if Taehyung is overdoing it? And what if instead of liking Jungkook dislike Taehyung? She won't be able to take the pain of Taehyung's heartbreak. She might say Taehyung is annoying, but her love for annoying Taehyung is unpredictable. Taehyung and Yoonjin are not just cousins but also her friends. I'm not staring. Taehyung lied plainly, as if this isn't predictable. Not when his eyes are refusing to move away or blink. Yeah, right. And I'm not breathing. Jia completes her sentence with a scoff and starts to sip the soup gently when Taehyung glares at her but doesn't reply. Instead, he pretends to take a sip of water. His eyes still took glances over the ruby hair boy whose sole attention was on food. You said you fix people's messes, right? Then start with this table. It's already broken with so many idiots. Seokjin said to Namjin while pointing at the whole table, especially his hand fixed on Taehyung and Jimin. I will definitely try, but I think it's beyond repair, he said and glanced at Yoongi and Hoseok. Yoongi, who was busy scrolling his phone while eating lazily, and Hoseok, who was smiling when no one is actually finding anything worth enough to chuckle. I like your energy, Ga. It's calm and fiery at the same time. You must be dangerous. Dangerously beautiful, Hoseok said the last part slowly, but that was loud enough for everyone to hear. His gaze on Jia makes her blush. Her pale white skin turned into crimson by the one compliment from Hoseok. Don't flirt with my cousin. I'll throw you into the lake behind the academy. Taehyung shot a death glare at Hoseok while saying each word with extra pressure. He might be seen careless, but he cares a lot. And whatever happened, Hoseok is still a stranger to them. For Taehyung, do you really think I can't swim? Hoseok asked Taehyung seriously, but soon laughed looking at Taehyung, who is practically practicing to be serious. Everyone looks at the side only to laugh at Taehyung's cute face. Jungkook also looks over and giggles softly. A tiny honey-toned sound rings inside Taehyung's ear. His entire body froze at the sound. The sound is small, barely audible amidst the noise, but to him it's the only sound that matters the most this time. He looked over only to lose himself in the pure giggling boy. Taehyung tried harder.